I'm gonna just be honest, man. The only reason why the Atlanta Falcons are being fined is because they like finding the Atlanta Falcons. They love creating a story. They love making the Atlanta Falcons and their fan base look like they're incompetent, they're ignorant, they're stupid. As soon as the Atlanta Falcons do something well, it's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. Look, everybody was saying that the Atlanta Falcons should went out and got a quarterback, a better quarterback, and we was clowned by them when it came down to Lamar Jackson. We were clowned by these guys when it came down to getting defensive players. Now that we went out and got two quarterbacks in Kirk Cousins and Michael Penix, you find the Atlanta Falcons for quote unquote what? The same shit that happens to every team and everybody. All right? The same thing that happens to every team and everybody. Tampering. Hey, come on. We got the fucking New England Patriots that have been doing this for years. Tampering. Okay? Having conversations with people in a time frame that shouldn't have been done. Hey, come on, bro. The Falcons were fined for that. And then we look at the Atlanta Falcons and say, all right, the Falcons, they're not serious about when they didn't go out and get a quarterback. Well, they got one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL in Kirk Cousins. Signed him to $100 million. And now the Falcons were, quote unquote, a team that didn't care about how they looked on the defensive side. They haven't had anybody since the great John Abraham. They went out and got two guys, okay? They went out and got two guys. They went out and got James Pierce Jr. and they got Jalen Walker. Both of those guys are regarded as the best edge rushing, pass rushers, defensive linemen in this draft. The Falcons went out and got both of those guys. Now we're sitting up here talking about, the Atlanta Falcons broke the rules. Man, if you don't get the... Come on. Let's stop it, people. Let's stop it, people. I love the fact that the Falcons are breaking rules. I love the fact that the Falcons are on edge. I love the fact that the Atlanta Falcons and Terry Fontenot is going out of the way to disturb the peace, okay? This is what they are. DTP, disturbing the peace, all right? Shout out to your boy, all right? But look, man, let's stop. Let's stop. This is not that big of a deal. And if we got to cheat, lie, cheat, steal, let's do it. All right, let's do it. If we got to piss people off, everybody off in the NFL, let's do it. The end. All right. All this, the Falcons are gonna Falcon. You're not happy when we quote unquote are perceived as soft. You're not happy when we're doing illegal things. Like people, to be honest, it's just, let's keep this 100% real. Y'all just enjoy clowning the Atlanta Falcons. That's it. Everybody loves clowning the Atlanta Falcons. That's what brings the media peace. A lot of times it brings our own fan base peace just to see the Atlanta Falcons doing something. Oh, here we go again, the same old Falcon. Don't matter if we do anything good. Don't matter if we do anything bad. Y'all just want to complain. All right? And let's just keep that real. I love the fact that Terry Fontenot is pissing off the world. I love the fact that Terry Fontenot, you can't get a hand on what he's going to do, what they are going to do, excuse me. Because Kyle Smith he's one of those guys that's a part of it. So we're not just going to point the finger at Terry Fontenot. The Atlanta Falcons are disturbing the peace, and they do not like it. So to hell with Jeff Ulbrich and his prank, because again, Abdul Carter, sports agents all across the NFL have stated that their clients have received prank calls. And the only team that's getting reprimanded is the Atlanta Falcons. Well, we have proof that these guys are getting prank calls. I wonder how they got those numbers in NFL. You want to explain to me that NFL players, if it was such a big deal, tell me, how did those guys get the numbers? How did they get the numbers? How did they get Abdul Carter's number? Okay? But you want to point the finger at the Atlanta Falcons because it was quote unquote a data breach. Man, please. Y'all can fall for that nonsense, but Mike ain't. And that's the bottom line, because Mad Mike said so.